On Monday, we were learning all about reptiles and their babies. Remember, we spoke about the turtle who lays hundreds of eggs in the riverbank. And then the little turtles have to make their way down to the river or to the sea, and those hungry birds come with their sharp beaks to nip up all the turtles and have them for breakfast or lunch. Then the tortoise only lays 1 or maybe 2 eggs, and they are round like a ping pong ball, and she buries them in the sand, yes. And then we heard about the snake, and today we're going to talk about the African rock python. But did you enjoy that video on Monday of the crocodile who looks after her babies, and you saw where the special clever camera was inside the crocodile's mouth with the babies? That is the only reptile who looks after her babies once they are born, is mommy crocodile. Now, after this video, you're going to watch the African rock python. And the African rock python is unique. Unique means special because she is one of the only snakes who babysits her eggs. She looks after her eggs. And you're going to see how brave the cameramen were. They got the camera right in front of her face. Now, I'm busy making an African rock python. And you're going to use your Play-Doh after you've watched my video and you've watched the video clip. And what Mrs. African Rock Python does is she lays her eggs and then she coils them. So can you see I made a long African rock python, and I'm going to use my scissors to make her eyes. There we go. And I'm going to make some scales with my scissors. Look what I'm doing. See, you can use a pair of scissors to make your pretty patterns. Remember, she has different patterns on her tummy. So if we had to roll her over, the snake scales I taught you go sideways on her tummy. Now she's starting to look like a real African rock python. Sideways scales on the tummy to help grip, and then these scales here. So your African rock python must be quite fat, but you can see I've got quite a lot. Now I'm not going to make her lay Play-Doh eggs, but you're going to watch in the video how she makes Play-Doh eggs. There we go. Now I want something for her tongue. If you still have the red tongue from the other paper, you can, but I'm just going to cut a white tongue from here. Remember, it's got to be forked, so I'm just cutting a little forked tongue for my African rock python. See how simple one can just make a plan as one's going along. So here she is. I'm going to put her forked tongue, because you actually see in the video that her forked tongue is brown. And now I'm going to make her eggs. So the African rock python is the only snake that I know that looks after her eggs. Can you see? You take a little piece, and I want round eggs. And it's quite amazing in the video clip. You're going to see how she lays her eggs. Now she does 2 things to keep her eggs warm. She goes out into the sunshine to lie in the sun to warm her blood, because we learned that snakes are reptiles and reptiles are cold-blooded. So she goes to warm herself up, and then she crawls back into the hollow or the hole in the ground, and you'll see where she chooses to lay her eggs, and then she coils around her eggs like that, and she keeps them safe. Now the other thing she does is she twitches her muscle. So she does this, and that causes heat as well, and it makes her eggs nice and warm. Now the snake eggs are not like chicken eggs that you eat for breakfast. Their shells are not hard. Their shells are sort of, they say they're leathery. And it's like mommy's handbag or strong fabric. And they can grow. As the baby inside the egg gets bigger, the egg shell gets bigger. And mummy has to choose a dry place because water can be absorbed into the egg and then the baby snake inside doesn't develop very well. So there's the African rock python. After this video, first watch the video clip about the African rock python and then find a suitable place to play Play-Doh, and can you make me an African rock python? If you have some spare Google eyes, you can even put them on your snake. Please take a photograph and show me. I can't wait to see your African rock pythons. They are constrictor snakes. They're not venomous, they're not poisonous, they squeeze like that. Cheerio for now.